Hey guys, how's it going? So in this video, we're going to be talking about Terry Booth. We're going to be talking about Radient Technologies and my research of Radient Technologies. But I want to put Terry Booth in this video simply because he sold some stock. And on May 27, 2020, he sold 48,000 stock at an exercise price of 21.28 Canadian dollars. Him selling shows that he thinks short term the stock is heading down, or he needs the money for something and he's selling because he needs the money. I don't know his reason or his logic behind him selling. I would love to hear what his thoughts are, but I guess there's no press release, so we don't exactly know. But it is concerning to see him sell $1 million worth of stock, 48,000 shares. That is a lot of shares. He obviously doesn't think that the stock price is heading higher, so he is getting rid of some of his stock. Maybe he doesn't believe that, the new acquisition is a big deal and he thinks that the market's going to sell off, or he thinks, or he needs the money and he has to sell off. Please explain in the comments below why you think Terry Booth sold. I think he just needs the money, but, for his new venture, iCarrot or something, maybe. Hopefully, I don't know, at the end of the day. But I would appreciate a thumbs up for this video. You don't have to give it to me, but it might help my channel grow. And all YouTubers ask for it. So, let's talk about Radient. I was completely shocked that Radient stock didn't drop off like a rock when Aurora and Canopy tanked. Because I was figuring that this stock would sell off massively with the rest of the market, but it held its ground. It only went down a penny, which kind of shocks me a little bit. Could it go down lower? Absolutely. I don't know at the end of the day where the stock is heading short term. It could head to 10 cents, could head to 5 cents. I don't know. But if the company executes and shows promising growth, I think the stock price will get rewarded and we will see a higher stock price in the future for Radient Technologies. But again, that's my opinion. I don't know for sure if that's going to happen. So moving forward, Radient announces up to $15.4 million of debenture and provides corporate update. So they announced that they were raising about $15 million. $5 million is at extreme interest rate of 15%. It hasn't been officially closed yet. They have taken a little bit of this money, but I will share that in the next article. And then there's another little thing I want to share below here. So the sale leaseback transaction. So on top of them raising $50 million with convertible debenture, they also are planning to sell. So they're planning to do what the multi-state operators are doing right now in the U.S. Sell their property for short-term cash. So they are selling their property and leasing it back and getting $20 million for that property that they sold to Alberta Ltd., which is a corporation, for $20 million, and then they'll be leasing it back for them. The sale of Edmonton 1, 2, and 3. So this gives them an additional $20 million and is expected to close somewhere in Q2 2020. So I'm expecting some kind of news for that closure of that leaseback agreement. Probably sometime in June, because it's already May 30th. So sometime in June, I'm expecting to hear that, or them to update us on the sale leaseback. But this is an additional $20 million on top of another additional $50 million if that ever closes. They did close the first tranche of the debenture financing for a total of $1.16 million at an interest rate of 15%, which is ridiculous. But the cool part is the CEO and a director took part of $500,000 of that debenture, which is, shows confidence in the company that, the leaders actually took a stake in the company. And then on top of that, they just recently closed $5.75 million for selling 28.75 million units at 20 cents. So this gives them more cash. This would, if everything closes, they would have about $50 million of cash on the balance sheet, which is a lot of money. And the company right now is worth $50 million. They have $50 million on the balance sheet, and they are worth $50 million. Sounds pretty, they will have $50 million on the balance sheet, and the market cap right now is $50 million. To me, it sounds pretty decent, but, kind of like fair price right now, just simply on their cash position. But again, that's my opinion. At the end of the day, I don't move the markets. Rich people move the markets. So we'll see if big money decides to flow into RJI in the future. I'm hoping it does because I'm a shareholder, but it might not. It might go down further. I don't know. I don't control the markets. All I know is it looks undervalued at 16.5 cents, but it can go down lower because I don't ever underestimate stock prices. I believe that anything's possible in the market, and we could see Radient at 10 cents, maybe even 5 cents in the future. That would be ridiculous, but that's the possibility of, that's the risky side of holding stocks. Anything's possible. But if it goes to 10 cents, I'm making another gamble on it because, the lower it goes, the higher return on investment it becomes, in my opinion. So yeah, moving forward, they also have at the market program, which enables them to this was released on March 27, 2020, which the company can issue $9.4 million worth of common shares from the treasury, so they can raise even more money. So that's, you can't hurt with raising more money. And then a little bit of thing I want to share. So I found this on Facebook, but apparently Edmonton 2 is shut down right now. They have received, according to, I believe, one of the press release I have here. So yeah, they receive license amended from Health Canada for its Edmonton 2 facility and closes the. So yeah, the Edmonton 2 facility is now approved by Health Canada for production. But according to this, they said that Edmonton 2 is now fully licensed, but requires some work for commission. Edmonton 1 and 2 are actually in the same building, so it's difficult to do work with limited staff and with current restriction. We believe we can handle all the current contracts for the time being with Edmonton 1. The timing and ultimate capacity will depend on the length of any delays. So in the Edmonton 3 is about 85 to 90% complete, but Edmonton 1 and 2, Edmonton 2 is temporarily shut down, so I guess that's something important until maybe they allow more workers to come back. But according to what I've been seeing right now, there's a lot more cars on the road, and I think they're allowing people to come back to work. So I think maybe Edmonton 2 might be up and operational by now, but who knows? At the end of the day, maybe they don't need the capacity from Edmonton 2. And then another thing I want to share with you, Aurora has sold 24.28 million shares. They have a total of 6.586 million shares. They are keeping their foot in the door, but they sold off most of the investment, probably because they needed money, and so they were forced to. They were forced to sell off some of the investment. and Radient was one of them, and now they have 6.58 million shares left. I think the only reason why they have 6.5 is because they want to keep their foot in the door and, you know, possibly be a future acquisition. Maybe. I don't know at the end of the day, but we'll see. It's something I wanted to bring up. And then DraftKings. I was thinking of making a video on DraftKings. If you think it's a good idea, comment down below, because it's been blowing up like lately, and a lot of people might be interested in what I have to say about DraftKings. But I'm still doing my research on it, but it does sound like an interesting company. It does sound a little overvalued right now at $12.4 billion. But, you know, again, I will do a more dedicated video on it. I'm just wondering if there's any demand on my channel for this. I hope there is. I'll do it anyways, just in case, you know, it blows up on my channel. But moving forward, so yeah, this is Aurora. There's another thing I wanted to share. RTI. Currently a guy named Dennis Michael bought some stock for 20 cents, common shares at 20 cents. And I think he bought some warrants too. I'm not 100% sure if he bought warrants. Conversion, no, I don't know. It doesn't really tell me anything. Tells me he has a closing balance of 333,000. How many stock does he have? He has a closing balance of 1.8 million shares. That's quite a bit of shares. So yeah, this guy has a big stake in the game, and he just bought more at 20 cents. Obviously, he is very bullish on the company. So, you know, at least I'm not alone. I'm hoping one day the stock will get rewarded when there's a big news release, because that's why I think will cause the stock to rise. Some kind of big event or big news release that the company has, because this stock doesn't move on fundamentals. This company moves on news, especially game-changing news. So I'm hoping we have a pop in the future, because that would be nice, because I can make money off of it. But it may not happen. We'll see what happens. It's definitely a risky company. It is a penny stock at the end of the day. Like I wouldn't call it a penny stock. I would call it a super penny stock, because it's, you know, at 16 cents. So 16.5 cents. But anyways, that's it for my video. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe for future updates, and have a great day. Bye.